Let's multiply some integers, shall we? Now, you might say, you just said multiply and now you're showing subtraction. Yeah, I know, because I want to talk about this. So here's the thing. When we're talking about integers, we're talking about a basic number line, positives, negatives, including 0. And the idea of multiplying comes in the idea of positives and negatives. What does this mean? Okay, so thinking through this problem here, 3 minus a negative 2. Well, if I start at 3, which is here. Now, if I'm subtracting a negative, when I see the first subtraction sign that says it's negative, you go left. But subtraction also means opposite. So when I see the second one, it says, just kidding, turn around and go the other way. So 2 negatives equals 1 positive. So when I see 2 negatives, instead of taking 3 minus negative 2, that's the same as 3 plus 2, and I end up at 5. And that's the idea we're taking with us, that 2 negatives equals 1 positive. Anytime you see 2 negatives, that's the same as a positive answer. Okay? If you only have 1 negative, then you continue on your negative way and you're negative. So looking at these problems, multiply negative 3 times negative 2. So first things first, I have a negative and a negative. So I know my answer is going to be positive. And then I just say, well, what is 3 times 2? Well, that is 6. So negative 3 times negative 2 equals a positive 6. 6 times negative 2. Positive times a negative is a negative, because this is 1 positive, 1 negative. If you have an odd number of negatives, the answer will be negative. Right? Because every 2 positives, or every 2 negatives is going to equal a positive. So if you have an odd number of negatives, your answer is going to be negative. Okay, so I have negative, and then 6 times 2 is 12. So my answer is negative 12. Multiply negative 7 times 3. Negative times a positive is a negative, and 7 times 3 is 21. 8 times 7, positive times a positive is a positive. 8 times 7 is 56. So my answer is simply just a positive 56. Multiplying integers. Just keep in mind, if you have 2 positives, your answer is positive. If you have 2 negatives, your answer is positive. If you have 1 negative and 1 positive, your answer is negative. Just a little cheat code to help you multiply integers.